Boss Candy. What's up, Candy?
Hey, Boss.
Man, it's your day. It's not even my day. You feel me?
Really?
Yep.
I thought my day was over.
You thought wrong. This your day, man. This, you know what I'm saying? So how you feeling?
I'm great. We're back.
Yeah, we back, man. You rested?
Not yet.
Yeah.
How about you?
Let me ask you, did you get you some turkey?
Did I?
Cause you so hating on me when I had my turkey.
Oh, I had turkey and the best dressing.
Okay. Yeah, man. So my last question as we getting started is what you feeling with us being 8-3?
Oh, I feel excellent. I have been. There are no mountaintops in Texas.
There's no what?
There's no mountaintops in Texas. So I just remember high peanut.
I like that. My girl say ain't no mountain tops in Texas. See, you must be from G-Town talking like that. Where you get that type of talk from? Where you from? Huh?
Dallas.
Oh, okay. No wonder your swag so authentic. Yeah. If you from Dallas, your swag should be authentic. Cause Boss Candy, we dealing with the Boss Candy for the Dallas Cowboys. Beat the Colts Thursday with some freestyling. You hear us?
Freestyle Thursday.
Oh my God. Oh, y'all give me 1 second, man. I gotta change the title. Oh my, this whole thing is a mess. Y'all give me 1 second. Oh, whoa. I'm so sorry, y'all. This is for the, listen, I gotta fix this title. It's all good though, man. Y'all just give me a second, man. We gonna get it right. All right, y'all give me a second. Be right back. We'll just say Boss Candy. All right, there it is. And we got it. Let's go, man. You gotta be able to multitask. Ain't nobody tripping. Let's get it. Trust me, man. Let's go. All right, let's get it. Let's go, man. All right. Yeah, Candy, obviously you the quarterback, so what we got?
Well, actually I have an announcement possibly next week.
Ooh.
But I have to make sure it's clear and, I'm in compliance. But maybe next week. But until next week, I know you talked about this already. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it, but let's start off with this Jerry Jones situation.
I didn't think you was gonna tease it. But you did. Alright, that's cool, man. I'm proud of you, man. Y'all stay on the lookout for Boss Candy, man. She got some big moves She really does. All right, anyway, we'll see. All right, so what's up with Jerry? Yeah, like so. All right, so
I want you to give your thoughts first. That I'll follow suit.
So you saying talk about like this
And
new
first,
stuff?
wait. We haven't been on here together in a while. I'm so excited.
Nah, me too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and I'm seeing people in the building. I see y'all coming in. Y'all give me 1 second, man. Setting it up a little bit. Somebody said, uh, "I love me some candy." Mr. DC Fitty said that. Ah, boss, why
Aw,
Candy ain't married? That scares me. Oh, Lord, oh, come on.
how do you know? How do
See,
you
yeah.
know?
All right, all
You
right. And
never
then Big
know.
Flock say, "What it do, boss?" And Miss Candy.
Hey
Adam say,
guys.
Adam say, "What's good, boss, Cowboy, and Candy, man?" So they showing love, obviously, man. We got love for y'all too, man. So, Alpha Mason said, "What's good?" And he got the Kobe rocking. Yeah. So, nah, we ain't rocked in a while. So yeah, I mean, it been about 2 weeks. So since it been 2 weeks, we won our last two games. So obviously, we just rolling.
Soaking in that victory, letting it sink in,
Facts.
and we're just enjoying it. But
Facts.
of course, we can't enjoy anything too long in Cowboys Nation, which is why I really want to talk about this Jerry Jones situation is not going anywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
we can talk about it a little bit. I know you talked about it already, but
Yeah.
um, it's gonna come up. So,
Yeah.
what's your thought?
Well, on that Jerry Jones picture, I just did a whole show about that. So I've got plenty of thoughts on it, but I'm gonna sum it up like this. I never want to be living in a country where you're guilty of what it could look like.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is in my opinion, a gross reach. It's gross. That's how I take it. It's gross.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many. You get more questions from the picture than answers, and I never um, feel like you should connect dots that don't connect. If it's not a clear connection, then, and if it's speculation at best, I'm not gonna run with it. And I think it's very inappropriate for anybody to run with speculation.
Yeah.
Cause see, I'm gonna say one more thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being 14. I hope y'all do too. Okay. When I was 14, I used to run to drama. I did. I used to run to drama. And I was the one that wanted to see the fight. And likely
Mm-hmm.
you were too. You was too. Uh
Yeah.
and so being at that event is not saying enough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and you right. I see Mr. DC Fitted. He said they speculated on Kyrie, bro, for a tweet. Yeah, that's my whole point. Is do you want to live in a world to where they can speculate about you
Mm-hmm.
and just make you like guilty?
Make you into whatever they want you to.
Yeah, they just want to just. Oh, we find a. Can I give a story real quick if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is why this bothered me, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I do remember being around that age, and I thought about this situation from a situation that could have happened to me. I was 14 years old, and it was early release, and I went to somebody's house because my parents couldn't pick me up. They was
Mm-hmm.
old friends from when I was even younger, and I ran to them. I said, "Hey man, I gotta wait on my parents. I'm gonna hang out with y'all for a minute." So I'm hanging out with them, and they said, "All right, come to my house." So I go to their apartment, and they start drinking, knocking
Mm-hmm.
down like tequila. They young too, so they got in their parents' stash and they got to knocking it down. So now they drunk, right? And they say,
Mm-hmm.
"Let's go to Duncanville." So we go to Duncanville because all of us was in early release. And so I'm thinking we finna do what teenagers usually do, and we finna go try to get on some ladies, flirt, and build relationships, get numbers. Well, we 14. That's what we do, right? And so while I'm with them guys, one of them just well off on. What I say well off, he hit a guy right in his face who was walking with his girl. Bust his eye wide open. And I go off on him. I say, bro, what you doing?
Yeah.
I say, bro, you tripping, bro. And he drunk. He like, oh, man, I just had to do that. I said, oh, man. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, we need to get out of here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we 4 black dudes, not from this area, and you just bloodied somebody out for nothing, bro. Let's go. So then we leaving. We run into another guy in a creek. He was a black dude. He looked like he was a ladies' man. He had 4 women with him. So I was like, oh, okay, you doing your thing. But see, I'm with some show-offs. And now I'm starting to see the level of the show-offs. They jump him. I'm pulling them off of him. And then I'm like, and I say, bro, y'all stupid, bro. Like, this is me. Now, I'm with them, but I'm the one talking against it. My point is this. If you would have took a picture at the way I looked at that time at 14, I'm from Dallas. I had a shag. Do you know what that is? That hairstyle? I had a shag. So basically like this, I look like a hood dude. You know what I mean? I look like Eazy-E and Jerry. You know what I'm saying? My hair was long. Literally, I had long hair. I looked like a thug. I'm telling you. I had on Chucks. I had on a t-shirt. I looked like a boy from LA. So if you would have took a picture of me, you would have assumed that I was in that thuggery, and I was not. So when I think if people think on their lives, they wouldn't reach as hard as they're reaching on that picture.
That makes sense. And you really put it into a different perspective for people who may not see it that way. Because we all find ourselves in unfortunate situations or situations we didn't mean to be in just simply by being around certain people. I think that kind of that picture has been around since how long? I kind of think that there was some sort of investigation. I think that someone said, hey, find some dirt on Jerry Jones. Because I didn't know what Jerry Jones looked like as a kid then. And for them to be able to single him out of this picture and say, hey, that's Jerry Jones, and then put it into the media or however it got out, I hope that he wasn't. I hope he was just a bystander. I really do. But for this photo to come out at the time that it did in the way that it has, it just says a lot. I think that it's looking like a setup.
Yeah. And see, it's funny that you said that, because about 3 weeks ago, remember they was talking about, I forgot his name, but it's the owner of the Washington Commanders. Remember they was talking about he has dirt on Jerry? That came out 3 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden,
this picture appears.
Now, and this does look like one of those pictures you do dig up when you're trying to dig up dirt. It's almost like people trying to drag you down with themselves.
Because think about it. Okay, let's say someone was researching this day for their class.
Right.
There's no way that if his name wasn't implicated in the article, that they or the underneath the picture for, these are the people listed in this photo. There's no way that someone who's right now looking things up gonna look and say, you know what? That's Jerry Jones in this photo.
Right. Exactly.
And if you're really not into the football world, people don't really know who Jerry Jones is.
Right.
He's a big name, but in the football world. So for that to come out and someone to be looking that up, I think that was purposeful. They were looking for Jerry Jones and not that photo.
And this is honestly just an indication of where we are as a country. We are
Yeah.
in a place to where you don't have to be guilty anymore. It just needs to look bad.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm just being, that's scary to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not even if you did it. It's just what it looks like now. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. And then when you really look at the picture, does it really look like he participating? Cause let's just break this down.
Zoom it out a little bit.
All right. But Candy said, I'm finna break this down. She say, zoom it out a little bit. I like that. Cause she said, all right, let's look at it. This is what I see. This is what I see if I'm breaking it down. I see layers to this. Okay.
Right.
I see media, photographers. I see two guys or three, 1, 2, 3, as willing participants and confrontants to this drama, right?
Right.
3 guys right here, or maybe 4 if you count these guys over here, who look like, if you look at it, these guys look like they together, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these guys look like they are a group prepared for this group. Okay.
Right.
Then you have grown people. That guy's grown, that guy's grown, that guy's grown, that guy's grown. You know, that person is grown. That person is a media person. You got Jerry in the back, and you got another guy behind.
And those two, it almost looks like they're peeking.
Yeah. So it looked like it's a group over here that's active and aggressive, and it looked like he's watching.
Right. It does look like that. And I can understand that Jerry Jones has received some backlash, and there's been some not so nice things that have been said about him. And, you know, his stance when the whole kneeling thing took place.
Yeah.
But we have to use context clues. Not just context clues, but we have to use facts.
Facts,
And
right. Yeah.
If Jerry Jones was the one with the cigarette in his mouth right there, I'm like,
this a different show. This a different show. If Jerry would have, trust me, I would not be holding back. If Jerry was the dude with the cigarette, Candy, you would be like, we probably need to do a show today.
Yeah.
Ooh, if Jerry was the leader of the pack, oh my God, I would have been going off.
Yeah, because then you see the lady behind him. We could easily say, oh, that's, you know, Barbara Walters or somebody. That's Barbara Walters back there, and she's involved. Is she? Because she's there, is she involved?
Right.
And we don't know
Right.
if she was or was not. But really, all everyone could do, because a lot of people are not from that, weren't there in that photo, is speculate what happened. And I can only say that I hope that he wasn't a willing participant. I hope that he was just looking on to see what was going on in that photo, but I don't want to stand around and tear anybody down and there aren't facts that are presented there. There's a picture. Yes, there's a concrete picture.
It's a picture.
We don't know what was going on in that photo.
Yeah, the details is not clear from the picture.
The details aren't clear from the picture.
And this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this, unless you want something else, because I know you wanted to talk about that. And I talked about it already. I did a hour and a half breakdown on this, very in depth. So if you get a chance, check it out. I know you're very busy, but the last thing that I'm gonna say about this is, to me, especially when I look at this picture and I research the background of what was going on, right? Mm-hmm. When I look at this picture and you research the background and the story, right? Jerry was told by his coach not to be there, right? But Jerry went anyway. He said he was curious.
See, I didn't know the backstory behind it.
Yeah, I researched the backstory. Okay. So this is the deal with the backstory that I want to talk about real quick. And I'm just being honest. To me, in this moment with that many cameras, I think this is Jerry being what he's always been,
Mm-hmm.
wanting some kind of way to be on camera. Let me
You
ask you
think
a question. When has Jerry ever turned down the camera? You know, our local media always say Jerry is the best owner because he always, to
and
me, that picture is more of
yeah,
an indication of what he's always been.
uh,
Opportunities that has the savviness to know that this is gonna be a viral moment. Even 56 years ago, he knew this is gonna be a viral moment,
no.
and I want to be in history. To me, that is who Jerry
Oh
is.
my
Am
gosh.
I tripping?
I don't know. I feel like if someone asked him that question, then he would give you his straight answer. Like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, he said he was curious. That's what he said. You know.
And he did look curious, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. I hope that he was just curious and nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. And
Stand for, anything other than that. Him
facts.
not being there out of
Yeah.
nothing but curiosity.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so let's leave it there and let's take some calls.
All right, let's go. Shoot, we gonna open up the phone lines for y'all today, man. Out of love. Let me see if I got the phone lines working right. Yeah, so we got the phone lines working. Y'all better call in quick before we start getting into these
Yes,
topics.
Boss has a short fuse with this, so
Man,
y'all have
yeah.
about 29 seconds.
Oh, I like this question. We'll take this question if you don't mind
Yeah,
before
go
somebody
ahead. That'll
call in.
give people time
Uh,
to call.
but I like this question from Sin City. He said, let me ask, do we take the value of people change as they grow, or do we judge because that person is that person? It means too many
I mean, it's too
unknown
many.
answers to it, but I'm with Candy though, I hope. Yeah. Uh, you know, we all change as we grow some kind of way. Some people get worse as they grow, some people get better as they
Right,
grow. So you can
right.
go up or down on that particular point. Um, the most important thing is I look at Jerry Jones' history and his
Hmm.
actions with blacks, and not just influential blacks. See, I'm not with those influential all white people that say I got black friends, bro. That's not telling me
Hmm.
enough, bro. Just to be honest, because
Hmm.
you got one or two black friends is not telling me nothing. Because if your black friends think like you politically, think like you religiously, it's a lot of
Yeah,
people that can be, black faces with white thinking, for lack of better words, that where
or
they
vice
make you feel comfortable, and because they more like you, they're your friend. But are you friend with blacks that's not like you? So I don't really rock with that. um
versa.
I got black friends crowd, or I've
Yeah.
been good to the blacks. My thing
Or
is,
vice versa though, because we have it both ways too though.
what you mean? Yeah, yeah, oh, no doubt, yeah, of
Yeah.
course, yeah,
There people of each race will want to fit in with other races to
yeah,
say similar things. But
no
yeah,
doubt. But
I
what I,
I think that people that is just that's a big question. People can change people. I think that people should change, and I hear you when you say people do change, but
yeah,
some people don't.
yeah,
Some people stay the same, unfortunately.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
growing physically and supposedly mentally, but that mentality, like let's say someone has a hateful mentality and they keep that, then they didn't change much of their
right,
mentality.
right.
But
Even if you keep a little bit of, you
mhm,
still dangerous. See, if
yeah,
you Jane, if you Jerry, and let's say
mhm,
you're not to the point where you would block somebody from coming in your school. I'm not that guy anymore. But what if you that guy that when you're angry you'll say the N-word, or you're that guy that tends to prefer whites around you in comfortable environments than blacks? Well, when you as powerful as Jerry, that's still dangerous, because it's a whole lot of people that's gonna miss out on opportunities because of the power that you have, because you might not be racist, you might have evolved to where you're just biased towards your people. So even if you're just biased towards your people, you can still have racist results, even though you're not even racist. You're just preferencing your people, unfairly. So
then you have a favoritism in the sense.
yeah, then you got a favoritism. And that's why my thing is, and I didn't mean to get it to talk about this twice, but I'm gonna talk about this just real quick if you don't mind. My thing is, I looked at Jerry more so on how he treated blacks that was on the team, where he had a clear chance to just railroad them. He had a clear opportunity to, like with Nate Newton and especially Josh Brent, right? It was no reason to support him when he killed his best friend. It was no reason. It was no reason to be like, you know what? I'm going to support my player. But Jerry did, to the point against national media pressure to fire him. You need to get rid of him. The Dallas Cowboys have nothing but thugs on their team. Jerry was like, okay. And he went down on the sideline, activated him, and stood by him like, I'm supporting you. And gave him a job. He's a current scout today. What? Yeah. He's still a scout. And he had a mental breakdown 2 years ago that was on camera, went viral, and Jerry still supported him.
So then that would answer the question that came up prior to this one, that people, if their past said otherwise, that they were racist or anything like that, then they could change.
Yeah, right.
That would support the claim. If people are believing that photo did have ill intent on Jerry Jones' part, then what you just said would support a different claim.
Right.
Or the claim that people can and are allowed to change.
Yeah. And this super chat said, most people that aren't up to the wrongdoing, not around wrong for kicks and giggles. I'm just saying. Two things could be true at the same time. He could have been complicit then, but evolved over time. True. That's also true, James. He could have been fully complicit.
You know what? I actually had the chance to meet Jerry Jones, and I didn't know anything about him aside from what the media had put out and what people said. He was mean, he was this and that. And when I met him, he was actually really nice. He didn't have to wave me over like, oh yes, you can take a picture. He recorded a video for my dad. He took a picture with me. He took a picture with my friend with me. And that wasn't something he had to do, but he did it. He was really nice. He was respectful, and he had someone else with him, and he kind of had them waiting. And he was just really nice. And I'm like, if I would have listened to the media and what people say, then I wouldn't have been able to even have the opportunity to go up to him, because I would have been closed-minded and thinking he's one way. I don't want to approach someone like that. I don't want to, go take a picture with him. Not saying that that's everybody's experience, but that was just my experience. So, if y'all ever look and wonder, say, you've taken pictures with him, or you've posted pictures with him, or seen me defending him as the Cowboys owner, that's why, because of my personal experience with him and how he treated me when I met him.
And see, that's important. Let me say one more thing to that point. That's why I say I don't subscribe to this he's a racist theory, right? Because I do judge people how they treat people that where they get no value, like they get nothing in return. Like,
there were no cameras around.
Right. A real racist, they don't deal with nothing but people like them. So let me
Right.
give you a perfect example. Now, who I think is racist is uh King
Don't go
Charles.
into
No, I'ma say it. Like King
all right,
Charles.
this
Listen,
conversation calls.
listen. I'm gonna tell you. See, this is the evidence, right? So
We're
King
gonna cut
Charles
this.
was going down, greeting the people, shaking everybody's hand. Every
Taking calls,
time he
guys.
went to a black person, he would
Guys.
pull his hand back, turn around like he got distracted, keep walking. Once he got by him, he would start shaking hands again. Then he would come up to another black person. Then he would turn around. I say, you don't even want to touch a black person. And he was
Well,
doing it consistently. I say, now
we are
that
not
look
getting into
racist.
this. We are not getting into this conversation.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are. I can talk about that King Charles from England. Man, that dude looked like he got some issues. I mean, every time he got to a black person, he was, and he would pull his hand back. I say, he got an issue with color.
Okay, we're taking calls.
All right, nobody called in, so like let's go ahead. I've been having that phone line open. They ain't called in, and I guess me and you the only ones that's gonna talk about race today. But my boy said at this point, only color he care about is green. I think so too. I think but
Judge ye not.
yeah, I think just my gut feeling from watching Jerry from afar, I feel like Jerry is loyal. I think he is somebody that rock with you if you rock with him. That's why he does so many business deals with people that worked with him. That's why he helped people like Nate Newton. He comes across as a guy that don't forget where he's from. Just keeping it real. That's my honest to God opinion. Like Nate Newton got caught with 20 pounds. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I probably would have never gave somebody a job that got caught with 20 pounds. And Jerry was like, I forgive you. And you can be an analyst. Cool. You bled for me and you bled for this organization.
But kind of just like with our quarterback, people overlook the good for the bad.
Right.
Or the seemingly bad.
Yeah, so I'm done trying to peek into another man's heart, trying to figure out if he this or that. It's none of my business. I need to worry about my own sins.
We don't know for certain. We can only speculate and we can only give our opinions, but that's what our platform is for.
Yeah.
We analyzed it, we dug deep, and we zoomed in on that picture, boss. And I think
we gave it to him.
I think we did a darn good job.
We the shit. We really are. I didn't mean to curse, but we really are, man. Who really broke down this picture with like this to where you could the camera people versus the people on the left? You can see a clear line of grown people. That's a difference in groups, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. It's like you got these people who together, a group of adults, and two young people behind that group of adults. That says to me he's not with the group that's holding them back. That's what it says to me. Dude with the cigarette and all the homies behind him, that says to me they was there for trouble. That definitely looks like Jerry was, like what he said, curious. That's exactly what it looked like to me.
Going to hope that.
That's true. Cool. All right.
All right. We finished last time with our injury report when we were last on here on Thanksgiving. So let's start off with our injury report. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, I'll pull up the injury report. Hold on real quick. I got to take this if you don't mind. I got to, before we go to the injury report. My boy say, he too close to be just curious. I'm just saying, listen, I've been 14. You've been 14. One of the best feelings in the world was to be the person who knew the play-by-play and the details of drama.
You're not making it better.
No, it's just true though. Like, when it was a fight, you wanted to be the person when they said, what happened? Okay, man, he hit him, and then when he let off 3 punches, man, and he got him, but he just started wailing. What? Really? Yeah, man. And then we start saying, fight.
Wait a minute. You're too good at this. I know what you said is true about you wanted to be able to report back because that was just too in action for you.
Yeah.
I think you need a little flashback.
That's because I'm trying to remind grown people what they was like at 14. See, I think what's happening is you got grown people taking grown minds and trying to put it on a 14-year-old. To me, with this exercise, you gotta put your 14-year-old mind on a 14-year-old boy, and I think you go get it. You know what I'm saying? But when you come up and you say if he was just curious, he shouldn't be that close. No, be 14 for a second. Go back and remember when you was 14, and remember what we all used to do with drama. Fight, 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 fight. But what do you do as a man now? You break it up. Y'all don't need to be fighting because you're a man. Y'all should know better than that. You start lecturing people. But when you was 14, you was fight, 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 kill him, slap him. You was edging them on. I know I was.
I kill him.
I was edging them on. I'm just being.
Oh.
Look, I was Candy. I was the one. If I saw you in some drama and you was 14,
you were watching and reporting.
I would. If you was in the, I would say, Candy. She talked about your mama. She talked about your mama, Candy.
Oh, you were an instigator.
What? And then after the fight, I will give all the details of how I started it.
All right, let's get back to football.
Okay, all right, real quick. All right, injury report. Right,
sorry about that. He's reliving some of his
I know, but I'm just
glorious drama moments.
Yeah, fight.
Look at this nasty, dirty injury report.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Anthony Barr, Trevon Diggs illness. Can you pull up that tweet from Michael Gilkin?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
So we
pull it up, Michael Gilkin. Let's
break down that dirty injury report.
All right, let's go. Fight.
Listen. Well, I'm gonna put you in the matchup section.
All right, what's
anybody that Boss has egged on to fight while he was in school, you're welcome to call into this show.
Yeah.
And we will right his wrongs.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. I'm kidding.
Maybe.
Let's see.
I might.
All right. Is this it?
This it. So I'll read it. Say Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy said wide receiver Michael Gallup and Trevon Diggs are not in the building today. They'll miss a second straight practice with illness, but participate in meetings virtually. Candy, you know what stands out to me is the virtual. That virtual stands out to me, right?
What is this? Mm-hmm.
That virtual stands out to me.
Go ahead.
Why are we going virtual?
Thinking it. The heebie-jeebies, Boss.
Yeah.
What is this illness that's got them going virtually?
This has a smell of C. Amari Cooper.
What?
Yeah. I don't want to say the word because I don't want them to mess with the channel. The virus. The ooey.
The heebie-jeebies?
The heebies. Virtual?
Now, what gave you... Let's tap back into our investigative skills here.
All right, let's go.
All right. So let's see. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy said wide receiver Michael Gallup and Trevon Diggs are not in the building today.
Not in the building.
Not in the building. Anywhere around the facility.
Oh.
They'll miss a second, not one, but two, second straight practice with illness, but participate in meetings virtually. There you go. Highlight that right there. That's our key word. Virtually is our key word. Now, when things started 2 years ago, what was the main word that organizations had to throw out there? What
virtual.
Do we all have to do?
Virtual.
I hope not. Not
Me
gonna
too.
put. Not jinxing anybody. I hope it's just a stomach bug, because stomach bugs are very contagious.
Right.
So is, the common cold or the flu, but this just all seems suspicious. What are your thoughts?
I think that's a fantastic theory. You know, I'm just glad we at a day and age to where it doesn't have the taboo that it had, and it
Right.
doesn't cause the scare like it did. Like everybody's not treating the C Amari Cooper like they was treating it last year, right? To where everybody was quarantined and it was, if you had
Yeah.
it, it was people was afraid you was going. Yeah. So now people starting to treat it because of the massive vaccine push, almost
Mm-hmm.
like it's a normal cold,
Illness.
but you just should be a virus that you should be cautious of not to spread. And when I see virtual, like you pointed out, when I see
Mm-hmm.
virtual, I'm also happy that they went through what they went through last year and the year before that, because to me they're prepared
Right.
and they know how to handle potential breakouts. They just pull out and they dust off the procedure book of, you know what I mean, and then they
They do
implement.
what? They do what?
They, you want me to do it again? Did it look that bad? Did I embarrass myself?
No, that was funny. I just wish you would have had some powder and just
Oh, that would have been dope. That would have been dope, right? Dust off the procedure book
yeah,
from the C Amari Cooper, and they know how to, protect players,
exactly.
get prepared for a game, and move on.
I think that's exactly right. Especially we all know Dallas Cowboys started off with their top-notch facilities in the league. So no telling what virtually looks like. They could have a full-on virtual field on their screen. They could have virtual rooms that, quote unquote virtual rooms within the Cowboys facility. The Cowboys facilities, let me tell you, are top notch. They have things that other teams haven't thought of yet, other training areas. So I have no doubt that even though they're out with this illness, that they're still being prepared to the best of the Cowboys organization ability.
And I do like
We,
I see people in the comment saying it's flu season. You know, even with it being even with it being flu season, let's say if it's the flu, let's say if it's that stomach bug that's going around, right?
I hope that's just it.
Me too. But even if it's that, they still have a procedure book that they know how to protect others because of what they went through. So
Right.
either way, what was meant for evil is now a very good thing, because now they
Mm-hmm.
have good procedures in place, and to me they know how
Right.
to handle it to prevent breakouts and protect players, their assets, to get them ready to play games.
Bingo.
Yeah.
We're so smart.
No, you smart.
We're so smart.
You
Okay.
smart.
Really?
I think yeah.
Muy inteligente.
Yeah, yeah. No, you are. You very smart. Like when you pointed out that virtually, I wasn't even seeing all that. When you showed me that, I said, "Whoa,
Inside,
virtual."
inside.
I say this,
All
yeah.
right.
And then they wasn't even in the building. I'm like,
All right. Don't even come close. Y'all stay back. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up.
somebody say mess around and they got a hologram of Diggs and Gallup,
You
special K.
you never know.
That
You
boy
know
say
what?
hologram.
We're laughing, but I wouldn't put it past the Dallas Cowboys. They are innovative.
They are. They very innovative.
They're innovative. Moving on, can you pull up that next tweet from Michael Gilkin where he talks about Anthony Barr?
Yeah. Yeah. So with that tweet, because obviously Michael Gilkin did a good job of updating where we are right now. So it's pretty easy to kind of do the show by kind of looking at his tweets and talking through it. So with the Anthony Barr thing, Candy, the likelihood Cowboys linebacker Anthony Barr returns Sunday versus Colts looks good. Coach McCarthy said Barr missed the past 3 games with a hamstring injury, been on a pitch count in practice, building toward Sunday. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So don't shoot the messenger. But my thing is, Damone Clark is growing. He's doing really well right now. So should we keep the young and cheap guy, or should we go with the vet? What do you think?
Financially, we should go with the young, cheaper guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to run. I'm gonna say something. I want to turn it back to you. I've been seeing competition work across to me the whole Dallas Cowboys, right? Is it a coincidence that CeeDee Lamb is playing better? Could it be the noise of Odell Beckham, right? That put
Mm-hmm.
another gear or put a rod in his back? We've been seeing better play out of Zeke. Could it be
Mm-hmm.
the success of Pollard brought out another level in
I
Zeke?
like where you're going.
You see where I'm going? Schultz is
I like where
blocking,
you're
even though he
going.
was working on blocking this offseason. It's the fact that he is now much better at blocking because Ferguson and all those other guys are coming in as rookies, pushing them. I would want to see Barr because of that. Because if that young bull, showed you that your life and your career could be over as an NFL player, I want to see if that revived him to his former greatness.
Ooh.
That's my take on it. Like, even though investment wise and
Mm-hmm.
upside wise, Clark is better, I would want to see if Barr plays with that motivation that has him close out like he closed
No.
out last year. Because the way that Barr closed out last year for the
Mm-hmm.
Vikings was Pro Bowl-ish. You know what I mean? So that's a hard question, man. What you think? That's a hard question you ask.
You always make good points to where you kind of sway my judgment. I'm loving the kind of inner competition,
Yeah.
and not to where one is pushing the other out, but it's making the team thrive. It's making the older players thrive.
Yeah.
And I really agree with that because look at Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted to watch Zeke out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody said
Everybody.
it's time for Zeke to go. I
Yep.
didn't agree with it,
Me neither.
but everybody, yes, we didn't agree with it.
Nope.
But everybody,
Yeah.
get rid of Zeke.
Get rid of
Look
Zeke.
what Pollard can do.
Yep.
We don't need him. Zeke is
Nope.
old. Zeke is washed.
Right.
All of that. It's like, y'all think that? Look at how Zeke has been playing. We used to see Zeke hurdling over people.
Yeah.
We just saw Zeke hurdle over people.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that can put the same type of fire under Anthony Barr.
Right.
So
Right. And I think this is a good answer. Rotate both and let's see. Right. I think that's a good middle ground. What Bob just said. Like,
I mean, that's what we did with Zeke and Pollard
Yep.
until they found out how to, have them coexist together. But I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I say just rotate them both. Cause see, I mean, it's no coincidence that that competition been having people ramp up. It ain't no accident that when you really are committed to true competition. Somebody say it's time for Boss Cowboy-ish dictionary.
It's Boss Cowboy-ish dictionary.
That's an inside joke, man. They still be stunting on you, boy. Because one time I was talking about Noah Brown, and I was saying how his route running is Chris Carter-ish. I wasn't calling him Chris Carter. I was just saying that he was winning with routes, even though he was slow, and they still be they messing with me over that. But I really do believe in that ish. There's something to ish. Y'all just stay with me on that. We gonna make ish famous.
Well,
For real, we gonna make Ish famous, dog. So anyway, and then I like this coming too. I don't know if we go dig into this too heavy, but Herbert said we need to rotate LVE. Right, like, see, let me, can hold on, Kat. Why you make that look? Okay, all right, let me say something real quick. My boy West Coast said something last week that I still want to kind of continue to echo. A lot of us, when we start talking about different changes that we should be open to, people start getting offended and they start protecting people, in my opinion. Like, if I start talking about Anthony Brown has not been playing as good and we should rotate in Kelvin Joseph. Okay, Kelvin Joseph is not as good as Anthony. See, at this point,
one of those people
we should be willing to see. Because we not in it, in my opinion, to win just regular season games. These games should also be used like we use preseason for the regular season. We use preseason to determine who should be the starters for the season, or special teams, right? Where we should be using the regular seasons to say who should be the starters for the playoffs. And it's only one way to see it is to put them out there and see. Now, you got to be wise on when you do it. But it should be some switcheroos. It should be some, put this guy out there, let's get some film. Put this other guy out there, let's look at more film. Let's judge the film.
I wouldn't be mad at switcheroos in those positions. Anthony Brown. Y'all know how I feel about Anthony Brown, but
you love him.
He's been getting beat out. So if we have to put Kelvin Joseph in there, if he can stay away from those penalties, then I wouldn't be opposed to it. Because like you said before, this is the season to go all in.
Right.
So going all in includes making those decisions where we're going to have to, during the season, put these guys up on the shot block and see who performs and who underperforms.
Right. And the only way to do it is to see, to me. Yeah. To Daisy Clark. She said, well, can someone push AB to his last year form? See, this is a good comment by Daisy, because to be honest, what pushed AB to last year form was Kelvin Joseph's. When you draft a corner in the second round, that usually mean that the existing corners are and on their way out the door. So as soon as they drafted him, the message was sent and he heard the message. Anthony Brown heard the message and had his best season ever. So do it again.
Hey, whatever's going to work. We are trying to win the Super Bowl this year, so do it.
Yeah.
Do
it. Facts. So I'm open for it.
Yeah. Okay, can you pull up the tweet from Michael Yelkin, another one, on he spoke about James Washington, who's finally back.
My boy Law say James Washington. Yeah, I got him. So Cowboys wide receiver James did more work Wednesday than expected in his first practice since August 1st. Foot fracture, and felt good coming out of it, Coach McCarthy said. After a strong day, his workload will be dialed back today by about 10% to manage him. Yeah, so
I'm wondering, will this affect the OBJ situation? If James Washington, is coming back, and we have CD, we have, minus the illness, we have Gallup, James Washington is coming back into the thread. Where does that leave this OBJ situation?
I love that question. Ooh, you messy.
Me? Not Mr. 14-year-old. I like to watch the fight.
Ooh, you messy. Well, at this point, it's up to James Washington to quiet the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I frankly don't feel sorry for James Washington. I don't. Uh, you know who went through this before? Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
It was a time in 2016 where we lost Romo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was saying we need to get us a backup. What we gonna do to save the season? We need a backup. We need somebody that's go, you know, be able to help us until Romo get back, right? And then Dak came out there in his first preseason game,
It
and
was
he would have been
good.
perfect in passing rating if it wouldn't have been for Swam had 2 drops. He would have
Mm-hmm.
literally had a perfect game. And all of a sudden, the noise of a backup.
Went away.
And so if you said, do we need a backup after he started playing in preseason? The answer was
Mm-hmm.
no. It was no. So if James Washington want to quiet the noise of Odell Beckham,
He's gonna have to do it himself.
you have to do it yourself. You got to go up there and show them we don't need him. You know? And I
Right.
and I honestly believe that's why Gallup and CD Lamb went off this previous game.
Woo! Did they?
Boy, they went off.
How
Ooh.
about those Cowboys? How about Lane?
How about them
How about
cat?
Gallup?
Ooh, the boys went off.
Shut it down.
Shut
it.
everybody down. And
Shut
see,
them up.
Candy, they wasn't listening to us. We told them. And specifically, you
That game
told them.
before.
No, I remember you said this. You said, man, CD needed that Green Bay game for confidence. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
And CD Lamb, especially since the Green Bay game, just like what you said, from the noise of Odell Beckham and his own confidence, man, that boy been so.
And you also said you remember a couple of shows back when he had that drop. We're gonna forget about that.
Yep.
You said, man, but have you noticed after that drop, he got it together.
He did.
Started out.
He did.
And on our last show, I said, I think he's a number 1 wide receiver.
You did.
I want him to keep going out there and just show everybody what he's capable of. And
Man,
that game was pretty. And they robbed him of that touchdown.
They
robbed him. That was his touchdown. That end zone catch was beautiful. Oh, but before that toe tap and sideline catch. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
let me see if I can pull that up. I think I got it. Let me go see if I got the
It
alt 22
was
of that.
beautiful.
Yeah. So, going back to James Washington, if you don't want to hear about Odell Beckham no more, Mr. James Washington, then shut the crowd up.
Yeah.
You got your chance.
Show us what you got.
Yeah. Show the world.
And there's not much time.
Nope.
Time, so
Show the world just like Dak did. Why y'all talking about this dude? Why y'all talking about Foles? They stopped talking about Foles immediately once Dak played. You can do that, James. And I'm going to extend to you some virtual fate. You feel me? Even though, I'm going to just be positive right now. Just go get it, James. We wishing the best for you. And I would honestly rather have you than an outsider. Because right now, you are the guy that's on our team. So I'm wishing for you first. And if you don't come through, then I'm looking to improve over you. But you get the first shot, big dog. That's my take on it.
That was big of you, boss. That was big of you.
I appreciate it. I'm trying to learn from you. I was a little bit meaner until I started eating candy. You know what I'm saying? And then after I got a little sweeter. You know what I'm saying? I know You know.
sweeter.
Yeah, I'm sweeter now. I ate some
Well, it
candy.
depends. If you were like a Reese's eater like me, what type of candy were you eating? If you eat the nasty kind, do you
What you call it?
Oh, well, that's
You don't
okay.
like
But
what
if
you call. You don't like
no,
what you call it.
I'm nice like this. I eat Reese's.
Don't you
You're
do my
gonna be
what you
mad at
call
me
it
for
like that.
saying this,
Don't what?
but I remember when well, when it first came out, I was actually one of the first children to try whatchamacallit.
Good.
They sent it to our daycares for us to try.
Okay.
And no, it was Reese's for me always. If you want to know, guys, if you want to know the way to my heart, send me Reese's.
You go get some Reese's now. Why you do that? Now you go get you all kind of Reese's.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
You need to tell them to see your super chat. You over here talking about Reese's. Tell them to see your super chat.
Send me a super chat for Reese's.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Boy,
Yeah, where
my
are
boy
those
Special
today?
K said you can't even find what you call it. Yes, you can, dog. Ooh,
You know what's funny? That's what when the Washington Commanders didn't have a name and they were the Washingtons.
yeah.
That's what I called them last year. I
The
called them
whatchamacallits, me too. I still call them dudes the whatchamacallits.
the Washington whatchamacallits.
Yeah, somebody say peanut butter cup gang, bro. You never wrong with that.
Good.
You never wrong with that. Yeah, peanut butter cup.
Remember, guys, the way to my heart.
Somebody say I'm sending you a Reese's now. Then one of them said it's already sent, man.
Wow. The one who sent it, what are you gonna do about the one who sent it already? That I think you ought to send another one.
Hey man, listen. All right, here we go. All you boys that want to send candy, listen. All you boys that want to send candy, some Reese's, just put it in there, and then I'll make sure she get it. All right.
You gotta say Reese's peanut butter cup. Yeah, we need some super chats, and also, gosh, I've lost my train of thought.
How did you do that? Like, you the quarterback. I mean, the show stops if you lose your train of thought. You would end the show. I end the show.
With our super chat conversation. Well, let's just move on. Let's move on to another Michael Gelkin tweet where he talks about Terence Steele, who's going to be up against Quiddy Pay.
Yeah.
Now,
let me see.
If we remember on.
Let me see. Yeah, Quiddy Pay. Yep. He going against Quiddy. With them.
Now, Quiddy Pay hasn't. Yes, he was, one of the top picks in the last draft, but his production isn't scary.
Not at all. Womp womp.
Nothing's afraid of. But on the contrary, did we see Terence Steele on that injury report?
He was.
Now, how do you feel about him?
Let me go back to it real quick. Let me go back to the injury report.
Let's solidify. We're investigators today, so we have to.
Yeah, we on it today. We on it.
Let's see. Terence Steele. There we go.
Yep, he on there. Just like them other dudes who had the ooey. Let me read what Michael said real quick. Let me just read Michael Gelkin, and then he said Cowboys right tackle. Hold on, let me go to it where everybody can see it real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. There it is. All right. So it said Cowboys right tackle Terence Steele is not at practice today. Coach McCarthy hinted that illness is impacting others, not just Trayvon and Michael Gallup, who are missing practice for the second straight day. So yeah, it's that ooey, whatever that is,
Heebie-jeebies. Well, how do you feel about Terence Steele coming off of this illness and going up against Quiddy Pay?
I think you said it yourself when you talked about the womp production from Quiddy, and the fact that Quiddy's a rookie. So, and I also like our depth at right tackle. I I felt like Ball played better on the right side than when he played on the left.
Yes.
It's obviously from preseason, and but most importantly, Avion Collins has been activated, and he was suited up this previous game, the other right
Mm-hmm.
tackle. So, if it's a situation where Terence Steele couldn't play, I feel good with Avion first, and then after that, I feel like we got enough to go in there with Ball, even if we had to do Ball.
This,
But see, I
this
know
just
Ball.
makes.
Go ahead.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
But I know Ball is Steven boy. You know, Steve love
Mm.
Ball. I think he said this week. I think Ball played pretty good. It's like he tried his best not to say something about Avion, but yeah. So when it comes down to Steele, obviously Steele, I'm super glad that Steele reputation is now understood. Like people finally really understand that Steele is a super dog. Hold on real quick. You got us a super chat. I think this is about you real quick. My boy Special K said, he said, king size Reese's for Candy.
Oh my goodness! Okay, screenshot this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Special K. I appreciate it. That's gonna buy me a lot of Reese's, and I
Yeah.
love Reese's.
As Special K, he I he seemed like the type that's good for it. So if he say he go do it, he should. I think he will.
Thank you, Special K.
Yeah, but going back to like yeah, so that's my thoughts on it in terms of Terrence Steele and being
You
on
know
that.
what?
Hmm.
That just makes me so happy I could cry.
What you mean?
That we have all of these good options on the Cowboys. Like,
Facts. We do.
we're not on a deserted island for once, and if someone falls off, our team is doomed. We have so many good backups. It just feels amazing.
Right. We
And,
do.
just for example, at the beginning of the season, oh, Dak is out. Y'all season is over. Y'all are doomed. No,
Right.
we're not. Oh my gosh, Zeke is out for 2 games. Y'all are doomed. No, we're not. It's just so beautiful to see. We have such a strong foundation to stand on this year.
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah. So, and it's and that's cool. Like you say, man, when you can talk about what's your thoughts on Steele, and then you naming other people that you truly do feel good about.
Right.
Like if you talked about Ball at left tackle, and then I forgot Jason Peters, even though he got most of his work at on the left side,
Mm-hmm.
he's an option potentially. So we got so many options. It's scary. So no, yeah, absolutely. Depth is amazing. Up and down, up and down.
It's
So
just a beautiful thing to see.
it is.
Now,
So
since we already bringing up the Colts players, we play them, this Sunday, and they have an average offense at best, decent defense at best.
right.
And if they play our Dallas Cowboys, anything like they played the first half of their last game, then we can almost sleep through this. And I don't call any game easy, but that was terrible. Well, I do call some games easy, but that was just
Yeah. A
poor
good
demonstration. What do
point.
you think about us with this game coming up?
I think you're right. On paper, you dead right.
Mm-mm.
The only scary thing is that Mike McCarthy was talking about that they didn't have a good practice, and the Dallas Cowboys, to me, sometimes can have a bad habit of playing down to their competition.
Mm-hmm.
But if they play like they played the past 2 weeks, you right.
We're going.
Like we go walk them,
Right. We
Like
got to keep that venom going, though.
yeah, we got to keep that momentum going. It's really that simple. Like most, and I'm gonna be honest. I've been watching most of content creators this week because it was a week I was able to kind of watch a lot of people that I usually can't watch because I'm so busy myself. But this week I was able to watch Man, everybody was struggling to talk about this game.
It's just like, in
These boys are
comparison to the
weak on
other
paper.
games, it just seemed like there was so much at stake for these other games. Like
Yeah.
when we played the Bengals, y'all
Ooh.
were playing,
Ooh.
the
Ooh.
defending Super Bowl
Ooh.
champions. When
Right.
we played the Rams, they just won the Super Bowl.
Oh, they just won the Super Bowl. Ooh, we got Philly.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. This game.
Hey, y'all playing that other blue team.
Oh, that other blue team, right?
Y'all
Like
playing that baby blue team.
right. So
Y'all playing that baby blue team.
and they got names. They got some names. Like we usually go. They.
But I'm just saying it as far as comparison to what the media has put at stake for the Cowboys in these other games, it's nothing in comparison. It's not saying that this game, truly is going to be a walk in the park, but it certainly, as far as hype wise, doesn't compare.
Not at all. And then I like this comment right quick since we're talking about the Colts. Special case our run defense would be tested again. Yeah, that's so true because we know Jonathan Taylor is the threat, right? He's one of the best threats that they have, obviously.
They shut Dalvin Cook down.
Yeah.
For the most.
And I like this test because
we're gonna need it.
We shut down Saquon. And Saquon and Taylor are the same in terms of measurables. Both of them ran a 4.39. Both of them can jump out the gym. Both of them had ridiculous production coming out of college. But Jonathan Taylor had way more production coming out. So the thing that fixed the run defenses versus Saquon, word on the street is the guys was more focused on sticking to their jobs and keeping their gap integrity.
And it showed.
And it did. So if we do that again, yes, it's going to get tested, Special K, but we might be able to start putting it behind us as a major concern. Because then we'll be showing that it was us, not our opponents. It was us.
Right.
So, and if that's solved, if we fix the run game and we able to have and get ahead with Matt Ryan as the quarterback, man, we getting ready to have a feast on sacks.
Again.
And is nobody tailor made to get teed off on than this tree. This dude don't move.
And he got a whopping 6'4". Matt Ryan is knocked down by the Lion.
Right. So
yeah, that would be beautiful. We talked about our last show fixing. If we could just fix this, if we fix this and this, then we'll be okay. And I was very proud of the Cowboys production last game. I really was. And it seemed like they didn't want to be talked about again.
Right. So yeah, man, I feel good, especially going against this game. And then, but to be honest, I'm gonna be all the way honest, the rest couple of our games that's coming up, except for maybe the Titans, maybe the Jags, these are games that, to me, I want us to get ahead and I want us to start experiment. I want us to start working in guys that we need to see and that we might not get a chance to see. I want to see us work in Tolbert, our receiver. I want to see us work in more Clark at linebacker, and I want to see some competition with Anthony Barr. I want to see some Kelvin Josephs versus Anthony Brown. I want to see some comparisons So I'm not taking these next opponents light. But if we play up to our what we're supposed to, we should be seeing reps from other people and able to grade. What's your thoughts on that?
I agree with that. I think that not like you said, not to take the other opponents lightly, but after them, we know what we face and we know who we face. We know the teams we face, and we have to be prepared in any situation. And I think, testing out those positions and bringing those other players in, seeing if they can play up to that standard before we get to that long stretch, before we get to those hard games like the Eagles and so on. I think this is the perfect time to test that out, if any.
Right.
Not just in practice, but in the game to see if they can produce and if they're dependable as backups if somebody were to fall or if we were in a bad situation in those important games.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely the main thing that I would definitely say about, the Colts game and these definitely games going forward, but, focusing on the Colts, it's going to be a test of do we not fall for the trap of playing down to our competition. Did we learn how to dominate? Did we learn how to be a championship team? Because a championship team is not going to be up and down. It's not going to be super wishy-washy. It's going to start getting into December football, taking December serious, knowing that they're trying to win a division. You got to close these games out and make statements. So that's what we better see.
Ooh. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And again, we're facing the Eagles. We can't come out and play them the same way. We can't be missing the first half of the game and come out second half playing like we should have played in the first and thinking that we're going to win, because it's not going to happen.
Nope. And then, it'll be such a major meltdown if we lost this game. Boy, the sky will be falling. They gonna make it a big deal if we would have won like Philly. Philly barely beat the Colts. If Dallas barely beat the Colts, boy, they gonna make it seem like the whole sky done failed.
We are sorry. It's that quarterback.
Exactly. It's gonna be just a mess. So I don't want to deal with it. They need to get rid of
that person, but that's how the cards play for us.
Definitely that's how the cards play. But man, shoot, y'all make sure, because I'm finna get out of here. I'm actually very tired today. I did 2 shows back to back. I appreciate you definitely getting these topics ready. Made it so easy, because you always, what I love about doing shows with you so prepared. You always know exactly what you want to talk about. You always have a clear goal of concerns. That's why I feel like we fit each other so well at Boss Candy. And I appreciate, Candy, how prepared you are. And I feel like, and I'm just being real. I feel like this is a covering the Cowboys independent. I feel good to know that I'm dealing with somebody who's prepared, and then my boy Special K said, Candy's so smooth. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to say it, but you said it, Special. She's smooth. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'm easy to do shows with. I don't.
I think you are. I think you're awesome.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I really do. I couldn't wait to, get back in town so we could do a show together again. I love working with you. I think that
what I think will make me hard is I'm a fighter. Like, I fight. Like, and it's not personal, but if I disagree, shh.
Like that running back situation?
Where I was right.
You were wrong.
I was clearly right.
You were wrong, remember?
Super right.
You were wrong.
I was super right. All you scary doctors. We ain't gonna go back to that where I clearly won that debate. Bruh.
We were having a nice moment. And
and you messed it up.
Finish him.
You didn't need to say that you were wrong, but I'm sure
No, you messed it up. We was being nice to each other. You messed it up. Matter of fact, I'm ending the show. You done pissed me off.
can argue.
Yeah, I'm ending the show. You done pissed me off. We was doing good. I told you I'm hard to work with. I already told you that.
Where your voice
You don't get that turkey leg
matters.
next year that you want.
Yeah, you got me in my feelings. I told you I get in my feelings and I end the shows.
I hope that you're hungry and your favorite food place is closed.
I hope your turkey was not as good as mine. Shit.
Oh, let me tell you, my mom makes the best dressing in turkey, so that can't never be true.
Yeah, and that's the only reason you was nice.
Refrigerator was open.
Cause you was hating on my turkey the whole time. Shit.
Your turkey was probably dry.
Oh,
Boss
you
Cowboys
boy, you ain't
Sports.
finna hate on my turkey, girl. For real. Y'all stay up, man. This Boss Candy, man.
Bye, guys.